Well, if you didn't already know, Wonder Woman is out at the movies. And today on the Wealth Nation podcast, we're going to talk about financial lessons that we can learn from DC's Wonder Woman.
Welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast, a podcast for every mother, daughter, grandmother, sister, and wife, and the men who are smart enough to tune in. The Wealth Nation podcast brings you all you need to know about investments, business, property investments, personal finance, and all-around financial wellness. Here is your host, Yolanda Rose.
Hello, and thank you for joining me on another edition of the Wealth Nation podcast. We've just got two more episodes, well, this one and one additional episode left in 2020, and the time has gone by so quickly. We've been doing this podcast now since August 2019, almost a year and a half, and it's been a really great journey. Lots happening on the Financially Fabulous Female platforms. We've expanded our YouTube channel greatly. So if you're listening to us for the first time, or if it's the first time that you've come across Financially Fabulous Females, I want you to check us out on our various social media platforms. Follow us where you can. And also subscribe to this podcast on whichever podcasting app you're listening to us right now. We're going to give you, as always on this show, we give you tips and strategies that you can use to manage your money well and build generational wealth. And that's what it's all about. And if we're meeting for the first time, I'm Yolanda. I am a financial advisor, and I'm really passionate about helping you guys get on the right track when it comes to your money. The Wealth Nation podcast is sponsored by Audible. Audible is a seller and producer of spoken audio entertainment, information, and educational programming on the internet. Audible sells digital audiobooks, radio and TV programs, and audio versions of magazines and newspapers. For a 30-day free trial of Audible, go to www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com/audible. As you know, with every episode, we try and give you some kind of financial concept, terminology that we can use, but it's the holidays. If you're still at work, I'm so sorry, but I'm on holiday mode, so we're going to keep it light, we're going to keep it fresh, and we're going to jump straight into today's episode, where we're talking about these financial lessons that we can learn from Wonder Woman. Firstly, one of the major lessons I took from this movie was that you got to be a warrior for truth, peace, and equality. Wonder Woman's goals are to promote truth, peace, and equality despite being an Amazonian warrior. And I think this is one of the most appealing things about her character. It's also why her most well-known weapon is the lasso of truth that forces people to tell the truth, even when it's difficult to hear. Truth, honesty, and integrity are important aspects of trying to handle your money well. And there are times where you need to be truthful and honest, brutally honest with yourself on how this money has been spent. Why has it not been spent properly? Because once you're honest and truthful about the state of your finances, you're ready to be accountable. You're ready to make the next steps. You're ready to fix things. And it all starts with you being truthful with yourself. And that's where it all starts. I think one of my favorite things about Wonder Woman is that she's absolutely fearless in battle, even when the odds are against her. And Diana is very fearless. She's battled monsters, gods, even allies like Superman. And even when it appears that all the odds are stacked against Diana, she willingly faces these foes for the greater good of humanity. But the key thing about Wonder Woman is that she never goes into battle without a plan. She's an excellent strategist, and she doesn't just start smashing everything around her like Hulk. So when the odds are always stacked against you, somebody who is aspiring to be financially fabulous, you got to learn to be fearless no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what your past dictates, no matter what the environment around you is. Like now we're literally in a recession, jobs are falling, but you need to stand strong. You need to adjust, you need to adapt, you need to strategize, you need to realign as the situation shifts. And we talk about it a lot, about setting up a budget, about delaying gratification. Listen or re-listen to our other episodes while you have some downtime during this December and try and get a strategy together. 2021 is bound to be a very difficult year for you and your money. And we can't play it by ear. We need to have a plan. Always plan for the worst case. I tell this to my clients all the time. When you sit with me, I'm planning for the absolute worst case financially that could ever happen to you. Because if it does happen, we're fine. If it doesn't happen, you're just going to be a step above. And no matter what comes your way, you are going to be able to manage that situation. So plan for 2021. Take this downtime and plan for 2021.
Raising financially savvy children involves teaching them a variety of skills, from budgeting to planning to earning and saving. Besides giving them an understanding of the value of a rand, it prepares them for real-world finances. Financial literacy is a vital skill, and it is never too early to teach your kids about money. Many parents wonder how they can teach their kids about money and where to find age-appropriate resources. You can now purchase the Financial Literacy for Kids workbook, which is aimed at primary school kids. It's now available at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com. This workbook provides you with 12 lessons, activities, lesson plans, discussion points, and quizzes that you can use to test your kids' knowledge. Shop now at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Tuned In. Now back to the show.
A major lesson that we can take away from this movie is that Diana turns weakness into strength. And it's a Wonder Woman trademark that is indestructible, bullet-deflecting bracelets. But the origin of these bracelets that she has, they're a bit on a sinister side. These bracelets are known as the bracelets of submission, and the Amazons were actually forced to wear these bracelets after being captured and enslaved by Hercules. So even after their independence, the Amazons decided to wear these bracelets proudly as a symbol of their past oppression that they had overcome. So as somebody who is striving for financial excellence in times of trouble, and we're all there, we all go through these hard times, never forget those hard times. Because when you're constantly reminding yourself of those hard times, you know those feelings, that anguish that you've had, and you don't want to be in that place again. And you know what got you there, and you don't want to be repeating those mistakes and basically having a open loop on your finances, like paying off debt and getting into debt again, and paying off debt and getting into debt again. You don't want to be there. You want to pay off your debt and start building your financial security. Wonder Woman possesses superhuman strength, durability, speed, and an enhanced healing power. But her greatest power is her superhuman stamina and endurance. Wonder Woman can remain in any fight until the end with any enemy. Now, we all love Batman, but he just doesn't have the kind of stamina and endurance to stand toe-to-toe with villains in his line of work. Now, you got to be prepared. Mentally, you have to have some stamina, some endurance. Because, look at 2020. It's been a long, hard year. We're going to go into another long, hard year, and your mind has to be strong. You got to have the strong mindset. There's going to be times of loneliness. There's going to be times like you're so fatigued because you're paying off debt and it doesn't feel like you're going anywhere. You got maybe have some family drama or man drama on the side. Things will come at you. Basically, life will happen. And when it happens, how do you react? And this is where your stamina, your mental endurance is required to step in and to lift you up. I think the last lesson that I can take away from the new Wonder Woman movie is that the value and the importance of mentorship. Diana sought a mentor before becoming Wonder Woman because she needed a guide to train her to become a warrior. One of Diana's mentors was her aunt, Antiope. In the comic books, if you follow the Wonder Woman comic books, Diana returned the favor by mentoring other up-and-coming superheroes. And mentorship is a great way to learn from somebody who's just a few steps ahead of you, who's able to tell you the mistakes, who's able to look at things without the emotions, from outside the box. And I am somebody that wants to play that role with you. And that's one of the reasons I set up Wealth Insiders, where it's an exclusive membership platform. You go in there, instead of me repeating the exact same things, because there's so much to say, right? To each and every client that I have, you just go in there, you engage at your time, your level, and then when you're ready, You come to me and we'll look at things from an independent point of view, and I will show you how to align things as well. So never underestimate the importance of mentorship, especially in a place like South Africa, where you get these big, actually, I'm seeing it a lot now on social media. You get these big companies, the banks are training you how to handle credit. If South Africans were good at handling credit, we wouldn't be in such a situation of high consumer debt. So these big institutions are educating you, and when I say educating, it's like in inverted air commas right there. Okay, so they're apparently educating you in only things that concern them. I mean, if they really wanted to educate you, they would put you off credit firstly. They would teach you about the consequences of credit. There are times where you need to use credit. For example, buying a house. Hands down, you need to use credit if you don't have a lump sum. And how many of us do? But do you really need credit to buy clothes? Do you really need credit to get a hairdo? You don't need credit for that. And that's where a lot of people are falling short and giving bad financial advice. All right, so these are my lessons that I have learned from Wonder Woman. I hope it provided you with value. And don't forget, link up with us on our various social media platforms, particularly YouTube. Lots of very different content that we're putting out there. All right, so if you want to reach out, it's Yolanda at financiallyfabulousfemales.com. Now, emails are going to be a little slow. I am on holiday, but an admin will get to you soon. All right, so I'll talk to you next week in our special New Year's edition. Something to look forward to.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to visit our website at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com and sign up for our free investment masterclass.